Well, obviously I'm not sure exactly what the minute mark is. Somewhere around the 5 minute mark till about the 10 minute or 11 minute mark is in the first half is where we got stuck on number 18 and couldn't get off number 18 offensively. So that was the big difference in the ball game, probably right there. Then it was just basically trying to catch up after that, and that was a problem. It was still not, again, statistically it's clear. I mean, we gave up 7 more offensive rebounds than what we got. Gave them more second chance points from that standpoint. Didn't shoot the ball as well as they did, and they did a better job of utilizing the way the game was going to get to the free throw line more than what we did. So combination of those 3 things were, I think, the difference in the ball game.
All right, we're going to go ahead and open it up for questions for both coach and all of the players.
Just how deflating was that 23-0 run after the start that you guys had, kind of the start that you needed to hang with this team?
I think, any run that they had was going to be deflating. I mean, we wanted to be with them the whole game, and we started so intense, the beginning of the game, and I think just that slump that we had really hurt us, and we didn't stop fighting, we kept fighting the whole rest of the game.
Callie, how were they able to, when you were stuck on 18, they seemed to play really good defense. I mean, how were they able to take you guys out of what you did to start the game and set the tone for the first half?
I think a lot of it came down to what Coach said with the rebounding, and also they were getting to the free throw line, and I think Coach said maybe we shot 1 free throw the first half, and it was just, I don't know, the balls were falling to them, and they were attacking.
Just as considering the balance they have, and this seems like a bunch of people can shoot threes, was it really tiring to have to keep defending for those long possessions in the half court?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to get stops any way we could, whether it was keeping them from getting a shot off the whole shot clock or, just making them make a bad shot. But, they can attack from every angle, and that was tough for us. But I thought we did a pretty good job of containing that the first half especially. But it did kind of wear on us.
Ashley, then kind of taking you guys out of your, up-tempo game. Did that frustrate you a little bit today?
Really did. I'm not going to lie to you. It really frustrated me. But I had to keep my head and get back in the ball game. So, mainly, I was just frustrated the whole game.
Coach, what was the game plan going in with Ashley? They haven't seen her yet. Did you have anything special planned for her?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we'd run some not necessarily special plays, but incorporated her in a few situations where she's in a situation where she can score a little bit easier potentially. And I think, again, I think she got herself into those kind of situations sometimes. I think she'd be the first to admit that she didn't have the best shooting night that she's had in some other times, and that's something that you don't necessarily always have control over. But overall, I thought she still is always a threat from that standpoint. But again, it's when you don't shoot the ball well as a team, you give opportunities for defenders to do things off of other offensive players that you have on your squad sometimes that enable them to plug up the middle or take away some opportunities for some of our players to get to the basket sometimes. And that's kind of been our issue a little bit too, because of when we go with a more of a lineup that has a little bit more of an outside threat that they have to guard, then we really give up some size, which is part of the reason why we started playing a little bit more zone as the year progressed.
Coach, do you think kind of some of you guys were trying to cut it to 6 or 8, and some of the mistakes how much did they kind of counteract the good zone defense that you guys were playing in the second half?
Most of the time, I think actually where we got hurt still go back to the first half is where we really dug that hole so bad, because again, we outplayed in a sense. We got a lot better in the second half, I think, than we did in the first half overall. I think early in the second half is where we kind of continued to fall back and let them. I think Callie actually figured it out too. They just got too many second chance points, and I think they got fewer of those out of our zone, which isn't always the case. But as the game progressed, at least in the last 10 minutes or so, I thought our zone was really pretty effective.
Just did it kind of feel like a three-point one-point shoot around for you guys today. I mean, it just seems like you couldn't really, get to the basket as much as you wanted. Was it frustrating that, you had to settle for so many jumpers, or was it kind of, at least encouraging for most of the game that you were still in it and you still had to play that way?
I mean, I think the first half, the three throws there, and whenever we have shots, we're going to take them. We weren't necessarily looking to drive. The second half, we knew they were going to come out and probably guard our three a little bit more closely since we were so aggressive from the three-point line the first half. And so, yeah, it was kind of rough because especially, us three, we like to get to the basket, and they were doing a good job of playing real aggressive and bodying up on us.
All right, I think we have time for one more question.
Coach, just, how impressive, I guess, was, just keeping you guys in the game tonight, and, when it just seemed like, they were keying on her, and a lot of things had to fall.
Yeah, I mean, she got off to a really good start, obviously, and hit some good shots and got some confidence going. And, I've talked many times about describing her, and the word that always comes to mind is relentless on both ends of the floor. And it's not just on the scoring either. It's every area. But I can say that honestly about the other two people at this table as well, and a lot of the other players in the dressing room as well, because I think what these three and I think Alicia is one of the ones that stands out a lot too, is what is important to me is the fact that they've kind of set, in my opinion, a standard or work ethic standard. And my hope is that carries on. And as much as Jess has been a leader in that, I think she's helped other players do that as well. And I think she'd be the first one to say, don't want to put words in your mouth, girl, but that scoring is secondary with her, and maybe even third. But the team and the effort on the court has been second to none from the day one that I had the privilege of working with her. And I've seen other players grow with that. And so she'll go down in history, obviously, as right now the leading scorer in our history is in Missouri Western. But she brought an awful lot more to the table than that, and I think nobody recognizes that more than her teammates.
For the three of you, can you all talk about what you take out of this season for the two of you that are in your careers? Ashley, it's been a long time, to get back, and Jess, your career, and Callie, just coming back next year. What do you take out of this year?
I think I grew a friendship with everybody on the team. Like my previous years with other players, I think this team is it's different. It feels different. And I'm just happy to play with some good girls like these girls. And I wish everybody the best of luck. I'm not an emotional person, but this team is great. Everything. And that's about it.
All right. Thank you, Missouri.
I'm going to talk. I've had such a blast this year, and even though we didn't get a lot of wins, just like Ash said, we became so close, and we had so much fun even off the court, just in the locker room. We just had fun and laughing and on the bus rides, and I'm seriously going to remember my senior year like that. It wasn't negative. It was a very positive year, and I love all these girls. Even though we lost today, it was a great year for us, and I love Missouri Western.
Like both of them said, we were a family, and we all loved each other and had each other's backs through a lot of hard times. The next year, kind of like Coach said, the seniors taught us great work ethic, and that's something that no one can take away. We got to come back from day one and work our butts off to get revenge, not only for ourselves, but for the seniors that won't be here with us. So, I love you guys.
All right. Thank you, Missouri Western.
Thanks.